Uh, Hello, guys. Today is Monday, and that means that we are playing our usual Chess Fight Night tournament. Today is a special day. There'll be no Fatality and Pinkamena. Today, your commentator, Arman Geivondyan, will be playing. I hope we'll get more than 10 viewers for this content. I know that you guys like so much our young stars, but I hope you appreciate the commentator as well. Um, I'll try my best to show a good performance. Hope I'll manage it. There'll be no Fatality and Pinkamena today because they are playing at some classical games. But I hope you'll still enjoy our stream. So what we are having now is the potential position with an isolated pawn. But I think now it will not be the case because maybe I consider c5. Yeah, I'll do it. c5 looks nice. Bishop c7. And now I think I have opportunity to play bishop g5. This is a pin. If the bishop went to e7, this will make the e5 breakthrough more difficult. But now, with the bishop on c7, the pin is looking quite dangerous. Also, the pawn on c5 can't be like distracted because of the b4 move. So yeah, b4 is coming. Rook e8 is played, so the e5 is on the cards. I think we'll still play b4. Now we have some like b5 resource maybe at some point. a6 is played, so yeah. Our only task here is to like play against the e5 move. Maybe just rook e1. I'm not sure if e5 is working right now. Maybe rook e1 was not the perfect move here. I think it still works. We'll take it. And I think we can play bishop takes f6. I think this is quite safe. Yeah, let's go. And then knight takes d5. I think it's working nice. The bishop on c7 is attacked, the queen on f6. Now we'll just take it there. And take it there on e1. Yeah, now it's a double attack, so I'll manage to eat the c7 bishop, and I think maybe black will even have some more problems. After the exchange, I can play queen e8 check, maybe. Maybe this leads to something. Also, the pin on the like 8th rank will look quite dangerous. Oh, and the opponent even resigned. Wow. Surprising. This is some extra time. So we're waiting our next game. Maybe we'll wait a little bit more than usually because the tournament has just started. All the players are busy. Light Yagami, we're playing against a guy from the Death Note. A villain. I hope we'll still win. That's a very strange move. A pawn sacrifice for some reason. I don't think that it's good, and I don't think that it has some idea behind it. Knight goes to c4. What is this? I just have an extra pawn in the center, and I don't see where it can go wrong. d3 is played. I'll play bishop c5. The control of the g1 a7 diagonal is important here, because white will never be able to castle, and also if the exchange on e4 happens, the f2 square will be in danger. Queen goes to e2. So now I have to react with my e4 pawn. I think I'll take on d3. Yeah. And then just castle maybe. Yeah. Why not? We'll have some developing of our pieces. Maybe I'll think about something like e5, especially now. Or maybe not. Queen goes to f3. So what is this about? Maybe I'll just play rook e8. I'm planning to play e5. So bishop goes to e2, and I think now I can do it. I can play e5 safely. After this move, I'll have no more developing problems, and also, oh, white played f5. Interesting. But once again, there is no castling for white, so I don't think what's like the danger for me in this position. I'll just exchange knight, open the like developing route for my white squared bishop, light squared rather. Knight goes to d2. I'll go knight d5 maybe. It's a nice square. Also, there are some ideas like knight b4, knight f4, even knight e3 if I can distract the c4 knight. h4 is played. So what about knight b4? I think it's nice. Yeah, let's go knight b4. So knight c2 is threatened. Also, there is no bishop d1 move because of knight takes d3 check. Oh, knight goes to a3. So yeah, I managed to distract the knight, and now I can play bishop d7. And bishop c6. And if white take the b7 pawn, I'll play bishop c6, and the queen will be trapped. So yeah, now my pair of bishops will just win me this game. Also, look, I have already almost finished my developing, and at the same time, white have the knight in the border, and also, yeah, some more problems. Knight e4 is played. I think I can still play bishop c6 if I want to, but maybe I want to exchange on e4. Do I? No, I think I don't. I'll play bishop c6 still. Oh no, bishop g5 is some sort of threat, yeah? I think I'd better think here, not to let this slip. Oh, I think I'll exchange. I don't want the bishop g5 move. Maybe I can think of something better than bishop c6. Bishop c6 just doesn't look enough for me. I think I want something a little bit better maybe. But yeah, I think it's better just to play a little bit faster because it's a blitz game after all. Bishop g5 is not as threatening now as it was, maybe, because of at least queen d4. I don't think that I want to play f6. So yeah, queen d4 looks better for me. The b2 pawn is now attacked. So yeah. The e4 pawn is attacked as well. White can play some moves like f6, but I think that just the timing is completely off now. Because I'll just make a lot of like tempo moves. Rook b1 is played, and yeah, white just blundered on e4. It's hard to give white a good advice. No, the position is gone already. I'll just take on e3. Yeah. I don't even want to think of something better than this, because I don't need to. I'll just play rook d8 now. Some exchanges will happen. And that's what you have to do when you have a material advantage. You have to just exchange. Rook h3 is played. Maybe I can take. Maybe I won't. I'll just play bishop d4. There are so many threats. The b2, the g2 pawns are vulnerable. The f5 pawn as well. Now there's the knight c2 check. So every white's move weakens some other spot. Yeah, now I play b5 and then knight e3 check, and it just all falls apart. Knight e2 can be played still, yeah. I'll take on f5 first. Don't want to give away the bishop. And then knight e3. Oh, rook d3 is played, so yeah. That's a lot of damage. And yeah, bishop e3 now. Even wins one more minor piece for me. After this one, and then this one. I'll take with my pawn, I think. It's sad that my opponent wasted so much time for me. But after all, it's a long game, long tournament, and I'll have more opportunities. And yeah, he just lets the time go away. Now we are going back. I'm 7th place, wow. I won 2 games and first one was pretty fast, and it's still not enough. I hope I'll show you good chess today, because when you are commentating and playing at the same time, your skill can be like weakened a little bit. It's vulnerable. So that's why maybe Pinkamena had some bad tournaments last, because she had to like interact with you guys. Now it's a French exchange variation. H3 is a passive move, so white is not pretending to have some advantage. We'll just both castle, and then I'll go for bishop f5. Yeah, exchange the bishop, or maybe I'll think of knight b4. Yeah, knight b4 looks better for me. And then bishop f5. So usually black is happy with this exchange of white squared bishops, but I think that in this exact situation, I can maybe even gain a little bit more from this. Knight goes to e3. So what's my move? I think I'll play a6 and then go knight c6. So while now can't play knight b5. Bishop g5 is played. So what will be my reaction? Of course, I can just play queen d7, and I think that's what I'll do. Or maybe I'll go for h6 first. Yeah, I want white's bishop on h4. So now I'll have some ideas like g5 at some point. Or knight g6 rather. Yeah, knight g6 looks promising. Also, white don't have the knight h4 move now. Knight g6 actually will force white to have a very like bad exchange. Yeah, I think I'll do it. I'll just take, then play knight f5 now, not even g6. Now the bishop on h4 is attacked, so it's not attacked, it's like it's hanging, and at some point I may decide to play g5 and win a pawn. Of course, it's weakening a king side, but I'm not forced to do this, so I can wait for the perfect opportunity. Well, maybe now is a good time to play g5. Yeah, I think I gain more than I lose, actually. Or, but actually after the exchange, white will have knight takes g5 move. Oh, it was a mistake. We can just hope that white don't see it. Of course, it's not too much for professional gaming, but now, well, no, I don't know. The opponent is not very strong, so he may not see knight takes g5 move. So let's just hope for it. Even if white find it, it's not a big deal, to be honest. No, white didn't, as I thought, so I'll just go on d6. So some a little bit of like skill cheating here. Knight e3 is played. I can think of f5, I think. Oh no, the pawn on d5 is attacked, so knight e7 is necessary. I'll still have some problems. Knight g4, king g7 now. White have the queen h7 check, beautiful move, but it doesn't do anything to me. Knight can go on e5. Well, my position looks scary, to be honest. I think that this was not a good decision from me. But well, now after knight g6, I think that I maybe found my consolidation here. Also, knight f4 is threatened now. My next move will likely be rook e8. Then a lot of exchanges will happen. And after this, the factor that I have bishop will matter. Knight e5 is played. I'll take with my bishop. So white is now forced to take with a knight on e5. That's one more exchange. White didn't do it and blundered knight f4. That's even better. Queen d4 is played. Now it's a check on e2. Now e6 check. Can't be blundered, so queen e6. And yeah, now it's a matter of time. Oh, and one more blunder from white, queen b6. After this exchange, the game is done. Of course. Knight g4 even is played. So I thought that white will at least try to ruin my pawn structure, but white didn't. So what's my next move? Well, I still have to show some technique, to be honest. I'll play rook c8, go for c5 maybe. Knight f6 is played. I think I can still play c5. Oh, it will knight d7 will be played. So maybe rook d8 is more like careful. White has to play rook c2, I think. Yeah, that's what happens. Maybe still c5. c5, then d4. Yeah, let's go. I don't want to think, to be honest. I want to just win it easily. d4. Let's go. So yeah, I have a rook. That's a huge factor. An extra one. Take on c5 now, then take on e5, and yeah, it's all gone for white. Even one more blunder, and yeah, it's fold like a carrot house. Yeah, so I was correct about it. Only 21 viewer. One of them is me, I think. So seems like you guys want like girls to play. You're more interested like in beauty than in chess. So let's go. d4. I'm 5th place. Wow, I won every game and I wasn't like too slow about it, but still I'm not too high in my rankings. That's a queen's gambit exchanged. I'll now play queen c2. Castling. e3, bishop d3. So queen c2 is played so that black will not develop the bishop on f5. Now h6 is weakening king side. So now I'm thinking of like queen side castling and then attack using the weakened h6 pawn. That's what I'll do. Bishop g4 is a mistake because it gives me one more tempo and black can't play bishop h5. Well, black can, but I don't think that it will be good. Yeah, f3 was the plan move for me. Oh, wow. We have a crash here. A little bit of crash. So I'll have to fix it. Knight h5 is played, so I don't think that I even have to defend this bishop. So yeah, I'm fine with this exchange. Thank you guys for your support, by the way. b5 is played. Now king b1 is a safe call. b4, knight goes to a4. So yeah, look, knight on a4 is standing on the border, and usually that's bad. But not in this exact situation, because it blocks black's attack. So knight is staying quite fine. So once it blocks black's attack, and also it defends the c5 square. So now it's more difficult for black to play c5. Well, now the exchange happens, and I think maybe my next moves are h4, g5, and it will all fall apart. I don't see what can go wrong. So I can take on c6, but do I really want to? c5 is threatened, but is it really a threat? I can exchange on a6 and take on. It's better to play now h4. Black can play bishop takes h4. Looks strange, of course, but maybe it works. Maybe queen takes c6 is actually a good decision. Black will play bishop d7. No, I think I'll still play h4. Now if black take on h4, I think then I'll play bishop queen takes c6. I think from tactical perspective, it may give me some opportunities. Maybe I'm wrong, but b3 is played. b3, wow. That's actually a very interesting move. I think I'm forced to play queen takes b3. Well, I really underestimated it. That's a good decision. Queen can go to c3 now. Oh, now queen c3. Oh, and if I play queen c3, then I think queen c3 is still essentially a necessary move. Now knight on a6 is attacked, so black kind of forced to play knight b4. And at this moment, I'll already play g5. I think that my attack has a good timing here. I'll create threats right at the exact moment when I need it. Wow, he takes on g5. Is this really a good decision? I don't think so. Wow, even bishop takes g5. And what about bishop h7 check? This is weird. I will play bishop h7 check first, then I'll think. I can play bishop f5 check. I think that's a safe decision, yeah. Let's go. I'll win some material here. Hello guys, hello. King g8, it goes back. And then this, after king g8, I'll play knight takes e6 now. And then I'll take on e6 with my bishop, and it will be a pin on f7. I'll win an exchange if I want to, and maybe I don't even want to really. I'll keep this pin. Now play f4 first. I just want black's pieces to go away. Oh, bishop on h6, it's just... This is such a bad piece, it just can't go anywhere. Maybe I can play a3 now. I think a3 is a nice move. Or maybe knight c5 first. Knight c5 is a little bit more dangerous, but I like this risk. I'll play knight c5. See, there is no need to take on f7. I can do it when I want to. I play knight c5 so that now I am threatening to play a3 and the knight has nowhere to go. so I captured it. Also, knight on c5 stands really beautiful. And the bishop on e6 is defended also, and now I'm not forced to play bishop takes f7. I can play a3. Yeah, that's it. And if he plays queen g6 check, I'll just go f5. And I'll win just every material that is present on the board. Yeah, good morning, Jeffrey. We have evening here in Moscow. Rook b5 is played. I don't get the idea, so I'll just take on b4 maybe. And play like queen c2 maybe, or queen d3. Queen d3, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it, queen d3. There is no rook takes c5 move actually, because of bishop takes f7 and then d takes c5. So this tactics doesn't work, but he'll still play it, I think. He'll play rook takes c5. No, he don't. King f8. Do I want this rook now? Maybe I do. Yeah, let's go. Let's just hit it. Let's play it simple. With no complications. Now just knight d7, then knight e5. And yeah, he just runs out of time. Yeah, we are 4th place. What is this? Some guy just played 6 games already, and I played 4. I don't take a berserk. I think I even forgot about this opportunity, to be honest. I don't think I will do it, because I want to give you a decent commentary, so I'll think I'll play without berserks today. Because if I take a berserk, see, I don't have an additional time, and I'll have to be like 100% concentrated, just full focused on the game. And I'll not be able to talk to you guys. So you see, I am sacrificing some tournament potential to be a good streamer for you to enjoy. Yeah, it's quite difficult, really. You see, I have a lot of friends who are streamers, and they somehow got used to it, but I can't say this about myself. I think I need some more time. Let's just try not to lose a single game. I think this is a nice challenge. The opponents are relatively strong, so some of them. I don't think that I've already played against someone really high skilled, but this will come at some point. Knight a4. Bishop goes to a7. Now, you see, I'm not scared of bishop g5 pin because I'll play h6, and bishop h4 can be played because of g5. b3 is played. Now, knight on a4 is in danger. I think I'll meet it with d4 after bishop b2. I just have to wait one move and make something useful. I think I'll play a5, take the control of the center. White will play bishop b2, I hope. And we'll be facing d4. Now b5 is a huge threat here. Also, bishop on b2 is awful, knight on a4 is awful. e4 can be played also. So that's what the control of the center gives you. Yeah, hold on. b4 is played, so white is planning to play knight c5 after b5, but what if I just take the pawn? White will take on e5, so yeah, I see the idea. Is it good though? Well, guys, I have a plan. I think we'll play e4 first. White will play knight g5. Yeah, let's go, knight g5. Come on, knight e1 is played well. And what if I just take on b4 now? I don't think that white planned something about it. Knight g5 was essential. Now I'll just take an extra pawn, and I don't see a compensation here for white. Knight c5 can be played still. Oh, no, bishop a3 instead. Bishop a3. Well, actually, that's a dangerous pin, to be honest. Maybe I can play queen a5. Do I want to? Now that's a very serious situation, so I have to like concentrate a little bit. Queen a7 looks much more beautiful, but I'll play queen a5. That's a little bit scary, to be honest. Now white will play knight b2. Oh no, we exchanged on b4. It's not even making some problems for me. Knight b2 was a move, I think. Now you see bishop on g2 has no moves, knight on e1 has no moves, knight on a4 has no moves. So white's position is just completely screwed. So I don't see a move for white that is just not blundering anything and is useful. Queen b1. Yeah, but that's an exchange, and I'm happy to be exchanging in this position. Or do I? I can just go away? No, I will exchange. I just like exchanges too much. I can't resist it. So what's now? I think now it's a good time to play b5. So I just don't want to lose some tempos. And if white plays rook takes b5, there is a bishop a6 move, and I'll take on e2, and white are screwed. I think white will blunder it. Yeah, he did. Now bishop a6, and that's it. Guys, we have one more win. Luckily, our opponents are just not too skilled right now, so this gives us some opportunities to fight for a win in this tournament. Knight b6 is played, but that's even more of a blunder. You guys, you want to have fun? I'll show you some fun, I think. I'll not take on a8, I'll take on e2 first. And after knight c7, I'll play bishop b6. You see, that's even... Oh, no. I'm such a nasty guy. What is this? Knight d5 he's playing. Yeah, of course it doesn't help. I'll not even take the rook, so what's the point? Oh, I'll did now. I will now take the rook, of course. I have to. But now I have an extra rook. This was some funny tactics, really. I'll play knight b1. Knight will go to d2. So some repositioning, one more exchange. I'll not exchange now. I'll wait some more time. King g1. Yeah, now I will. King g7, just not to blunder or something. Now bishop a5. Now I'll capture the knight. So watch out. Yeah, he knows. 93, g5. So yeah, this is just a slow win with just no chances for white. So we create a pawn here. We take the c2 one. Now rook c3. Now bishop c7. The knight is captured once again. See, there is no moves for white. King h5 is played. And now, what's our move? Let's make it pretty. So bishop f4. Now d3. And now there will be a checkmate on h3. What is this? Knight h2, you see? Oh no, white ruined my plan. That's so unlucky. But yeah, I think we'll still have a safe victory here. What's the move? Queen d4 I think is better. Now rook f3. Ah, no, that's not pretty. That's not pretty. Yeah, you see, I'm just having fun. I'm not even trying. All for you guys to have fun with me. That was a very long checkmate, so it's weird that I didn't find a way to do it faster. What is this nickname? We're waiting too much now. I didn't give up on the idea to win this, so let me find some opponent, please. Let's go. So you guys can ask some questions. I'll answer it when I have breaks like this. So feel free to do it. Oh, yeah, we are not getting huge rated opponents today. E6 now. C5. B6. So that's quite a usual setup for white. Just you abusing the fact that we move our bad bishop outside the pawn structure, so it's not bad anymore, and black can't do the same. But this has some drawbacks. If you watch our games that we have in our live tournaments, you can see that Gubaidulian plays like this all the time. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. So after this exchange, there will be a Carlsbad pawn structure, but with the pawn not on d5, but on d6. And you see, in the Carlsbad pawn structure, usually the counterplay of this side is to play knight e5. Yeah, abuses the e5 square and try to create some initiative on the king side. But when my pawn is still on d6, there is no such play. And I can choose the moment to play d5 as I like. So that's a very nice position for black, actually. There is no decent plan for white. So I'll just play b5, a5, then play d5, and then play b4. So that's a pawn minority attack. Do you think that Nepo still has an opportunity for the championship? Yeah, there is always an opportunity, guys. So we have to just hope for it. I'll not say that I'm a huge Nepomniachtchi fan, so I'm just a fan of like beautiful chess. Also, I like Carlsen so much. He has a very like beautiful play style, and I really appreciate the exact skills that he is the best in the world at, and that's why I don't think that I'm like rooting for Jan so much in this match. But yeah, he's like from Russia, as I am. So of course I want him to win. I also know him a little bit, so I think he knows me, maybe. I used to play when I used to play in the university championship. I was playing for MIPT, then Ruden, and he played for I don't remember. It's called RGSU in Russia. So he played for the different university, and he played like 1 or 2 games when they needed him most. No, there will be no Fatality and Pinkamena tonight because they are playing classical games. Thanks for the answer. You're welcome. So I think you can see the strategical advantages that I got from this like opening. So now I think my next move will be like maybe knight b6, then d5, and then b4, something like this. Well, I'll play maybe h6 first, so just in case. Well, I don't have a plan. I don't have to rush. Oh, now I'll play knight b6. I don't want white to play c4. Maybe it's not even good for white, but why do I even have to consider this when I can just stop it? Maybe I'll just double down on the c file and play b4. No, queen e2 stops this. I would like to exchange queens in this position. I think I'll play... yeah, it's quite a... not such an easy position, to be honest. Do I want to play d5 at some point? I'm not even sure about this. I think I'll go knight c4. Because now if I play d5, knight e5 is not as scary anymore. Also now I can double down on the c file. I can play rook a6, rook c6. How many languages do I speak? Well, I speak English, Russian, Armenian a little bit. I was learning French at school, but I don't think that I'm too good at it. Knight d2 is played, so maybe I can play bishop g5 now. No, it's not giving me anything, so I'll just exchange. I like this exchange because now I can safely play d5, and the e5 square is not dangerous anymore. Also now I can play bishop g5 and exchange bishops as well. This will be a good one for me. f4 is played. I'll just play e7 or f6. What's better? I'll go for f6. Now b4 is really on the cards, so I'll just do it. Yeah, now I can play b4 because d4 pawn is attacked. Let's go. Or maybe I don't want to do it yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just play it and don't think about it. Bishop e1. That's a very weird move because I'll take on a3. And now there is one more weak pawn for white. I don't get why white wanted to do it. Now d5. So now there is no c4 move. Or at least it weakens the d4 pawn. Now I'll just play queen a4, just rook b8, and just create some threats. Bishop e7 first, attacking the a3 pawn. So white has to defend it. Now, what's my next move? Maybe queen a4, maybe rook b8, I think. We have to capture the open file. Now if I play queen b5, the queen's exchange is a disaster for white. But I'll play queen a4. I think that's a little bit better. Rook a2 now, so you see white is now standing passive. Now queen c4, because the exchange favors me. Bishop goes away. Now we exchange and take the pawn. And that's it. Now 2 pawns are attacked and yeah, white's position is ruined. Rook b2 is played. I can take on c1, I think that's nice tactics. Let's go. So you see, I didn't even have to like find some tactics or all this stuff. I just like won this game due to like strategy. So I didn't even have to think much. So what's my next move? Maybe just, I don't know. Maybe bishop c3 is fine. Then d4. And let's go. Rook d8 is played, of course. Now we'll take this pawn. Yeah, we'll do it. Check now. Rook h2, so I'll just eat all the pawns on the board. Rook d7, now a4. I want white to take this, to play d3, and then to make a checkmate. That's it, guys, that's it. So that's the advantages that you get when you're a strategical player, not a tactical one. Your skill is like not depends too much on how good of a day you have. So you can just like play your chess and get your points when you are playing against weak opponents. You see, once in my life I had a streak when I didn't lose a single game to guys who are rated lower than me for 2 years, having a rating of like 2400. And also I had one more streak when I was not losing for 2 years in a row playing white. So I had some draws, but I didn't lose. Oh, now we are playing against a relatively strong opponent, you see. E3. So you get the consistency when you're a strategical player. C6, what is this move? Maybe queen c2 first. I'm not sure. I'll play queen c2, I think. I don't want to move my bishop yet, because if black plays e5 in exchange, I want my bishop on c4, and that's what's coming. So black will play e5 definitely. Now I'll play a4 first. You see, I can't really explain these moves, guys. Just believe me that this is fine. Now e5 is coming. We'll exchange and play e4. Maybe e5, maybe bishop c4 is fine, I think. e5, yeah, so exchange now. It doesn't really matter with which piece black will take. And now e4. So yeah, that's a nice setup. So you see, if I played bishop e2 earlier, then my bishop will be standing worse. And if I played bishop c4 faster, then I'll have some problems. Black could have played d5. Now I'll play a5, so no counterplay for black. And you see, there are the first problems for black. I think black has to play knight c5 and knight e6. Yeah, that's a nice decision, but doesn't really help much. I'll just castle. Bishop e6 is played, that's a nice move, but I'll now play bishop e3. Yeah, will I? Bishop e3, bishop takes c4, c5, ding, ding. No, I'll lose the e4 pawn, so I can't afford to do it. Maybe rook e1 just. Or b4, rather. No, rook e1 should be played. Maybe I could just take on e6, to be honest. Oh, now bishop e3 can definitely be played. Because bishop takes c4 will be met by bishop takes c5. I think h6 is a mistake. Because now black has to play knight d7 and I'll just take on e6 and the pawn structure is ruined. So that's a tactical blunder from black. Very skilled and nifty. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So knight d7 is coming, of course. What will be my reaction? Oh, knight fd7. And what about b4? b4, bishop takes c4. Oh, actually black found a way to dodge it. I'll maybe still play b4, I think. b4, the exchange, now knight e6. So yeah, good job from black. Now rook d1. Now I'm happy with my position because all my pieces are in the exact places where I want them to be. D6 square is weakened. Maybe it will be quite difficult to find a decent plan, to be honest. I think my worst piece is a knight on f3, so I'll have to find a way to make it like a little bit active. And I think maybe this is my chance. Maybe I can play knight h4. And I'll be met by f4. Actually, I can also eat on f5. f5 is a very risky move from black. I don't think that it can be working really. I think I maybe can play knight b6 and this will be a good decision. Because now the knight on d7 is attacked. Maybe black is forced to take. I'll take with my bishop, so there will be no f4 move. Also the e-file opens. I can take on f5, then take on e5. Has to be working, I think. Black also can play rook d8, of course, but... Rook b d8, I mean. But I'll exchange and play bishop b6, I think. Yeah? Am I right? I think I am. Now I'll exchange. Or maybe take on f5 first. No. They'll exchange, then take on f5. Yeah, now black can take with the pawn because of knight takes e5. So black will have to take with the rook. And now the e5 pawn is a weak spot in black's position. And also I'll take the d-file under my control. Oh, so rook takes a5 can be met with knight h4. Really. I think that's a good resource that can really work in my favor. What is this move? Okay. That's weird. I'm not winning this tournament. You have to take berserks to do it. You see the guy in the first place even lost twice, and he still has like 10 more points that I do. Let's go d4, knight f6, knight f3. So you see, I don't really like playing c4. Sometimes I do. c5, c3. I'm playing passive, so I'm just like playing my chess. Knight goes on d2, now e3, so... Oh wow. Oh, actually, this is, yeah, there is this kind of stuff. Now bishop f5. No, it's not working. It will be working if I played e3 instead of knight d2. Black will have a knight bishop f5 move now. But I didn't, and black still want to play bishop f5, but can't I play e4 now? I think I can. Let's go. I don't see why this is not working. After d takes e4, I'll just play knight takes e4. And this pawn is more important because the pawn on e4 will be under attacks. Will be very difficult to defend. Black will have to play f5. The a2 g8 diagonal will open. So I don't get the mistake that guy did in the last game. I think he forgot that the knight is attacked. He wanted to like sacrifice the g6 pawn, but I don't think this was a misclick because I can't imagine how this is possible. Knight takes c4. Now queen d8, yeah, now knight d2 will be played. So I just want this pawn. Black will play bishop f5 and I'll play knight e3. And I'll get this bishop at the very minimum, but maybe I can find something better. No, I don't want to think. Knight e3 is fine. Also, there are some more problems for black. Now I can play, for example, maybe queen b3 or bishop b5. It will be very difficult to defend this pawn. So yeah, a lot of problems for black. Bishop g7 is the only move, and it's not played. I think this is a mistake. h5 is played, and now I think I'll have my win due to the aggressive plays. Queen b3 maybe, or bishop b5. I am thinking of two moves. I like queen b3 more. So I want... Oh, I was playing against you, really? Queen queen b3. So I want black to defend this pawn. And you see my bishop on f4 is really standing well. So queen b6 is played. So now at least I can force black to exchange on b3 and I'll get the open a file. I think that's what I'll do. But maybe I can play bishop b5. Maybe this is even better. And then d5 will be threatened. Bishop b5, so black maybe can queenside castle, but no, they can't because of knight c4. Yeah, I'm playing bishop b5. Queenside castling is losing because of knight c4. And the queen has nowhere to go. And that's what the threat is. Knight c4 is threatening. And this threat is really serious. Because after this I'll play knight e5, and the knight on c6 will fall, the pawn on f7 will be attacked, so the position will just fall apart. Black can maybe think of a6, but I don't know. a6 actually is a fine move, I think. It kind of ruins my plans. Bishop h6 is played. Well, now I can at least exchange on h6, and black will not have a castling anymore, but I'll play knight c4 first. Because I don't want black's queens to go to d8. Then I'll take on h6, and then I'll play knight e5 and double attack the f7, f7 and c6 pawns. Or maybe I won't even exchange on h6, I'm not really sure. I'll think about it. No, I think I will. I don't want my bishop to be attacked because this is some tactics that I have to be thinking about. I don't really want it. Yeah, I'm taking. Now maybe I'm taking on f5 because if I don't, after knight e5, black can play bishop e6. But if I take, black will have the queen d5 move. But queen d5 is not good, so I'll take. Or will I? Yeah, I will. I'll take and then play knight e5. Rook c8, and yeah, that's it. It's a nice, pretty finish. I think actually I was mistaken because black had knight d5 move and rook defended the c6 knight. I didn't see it. But I think I still had a huge advantage anyway, so I don't think that this really matters a lot. So the correct move order was to take on f5 first. No, if I took on f5, black will play bishop takes f4. Well, I don't know really. That's a difficult position. Maybe you see, maybe I had to play bishop take h6, rook takes h6, then don't take on f5, play knight e5. And if black plays bishop e6, maybe I can play d5. And knight takes d5, queenside castling. And there's a pin on the d file. And I think it can't be like countered. One more game, d4, e6, c4, d5, knight c3. So let's try something. No, let's just play normally, bishop e7. I don't want to show off. I want to just show you how the normal chess is played. The exchange on d5, so this is an exchange. g3 is not a good move. Bishop on g2 is not fitting this exact move order and this pawn structure. Now I'm playing h6 because I want my bishop on f5, but I don't want it to be forced by knight h4. So now I have the bishop h7 maneuver. Maybe white could have played queen c2, but who cares? Rook e1, now knight e7. White is looking to play e4, but what will really this move give to white? So it will give just an isolated pawn after a lot of exchanges. Yeah, hello. It's going fine. So we are not really looking forward to win this tournament because we don't take berserks because we're trying to give you a good commentary. But we won every game yet, so how can I win a pawn here? I think I can take on e4, then take on h4. Yeah, let's go. White has to play bishop takes e4. There is no more. There are no other moves. And bishop takes h4. I think that's fine. Check. We'll take it. And take on h4. And we'll have an extra pawn. So you see, white blundered, but even if white didn't, this plan just gives white nothing. So this was not a good decision overall. It not only gives white nothing, it also leads white to a pretty bad position. You see, when you have an isolated pawns, you try to avoid exchanges. And in this exact setup, if white gets the position as an isolated pawn, it already leads to a lot of exchanges on e4. So it's not looking good, really. Now I have an extra pawn, the king side is weakened, I have a queen and a knight against queen and a bishop, and I remind you that this is like nearly the only situation where a knight is better than the bishop when it's combined with the queen. So this in tandem they work really nice. Bishop f4 is played. Maybe just queen g6 and rook e8. This is an exchange way to win the game, but maybe we can find an attacking way. Yeah, let's go. Let's play some aggressive chess after all. Knight f6 and knight d5. I don't think that I'm really forced to be exchanging. Rook e5. Now queen g4 check. Has to be played. Yeah, white will exchange after all. No, white won't. Bishop goes to g3. I think we can play knight d5. It's a safe call. And now just f5, f4. And capture this bishop. Maybe f6 first. Rook e1, I think, is the move. Wow, actually I have a knight f4 move as well. Or I can also go h5 instead of f5. Maybe it's a little bit safer. h5. So what about this move? f3 will be played. Queen h3. Am I right? Knight f4 is decent. No, I don't like knight f4 because of queen e4. I think I'll play rook d8 and think later. I don't want to make a decision right now. Rook e4, queen g6, likely. No, I'm fine with exchanging rooks, to be honest. What is this? For fuck's sake. Queen e2. Knight f6. Now queen can go to b1. Also the pawn on d4 is in huge trouble now. Rook h4. Do I really want to play queen b1? I don't think so. I'll play rook d5 first. I think exchange of one pair of rooks is just what the doctor ordered here. It just removes the aggression of white. It counters white's aggression on the e file. f4. Now I'll check on b1 first, because I don't want my queen to be out of play after f5. And then I'll take on d4. Yeah, that's it. One more extra pawn, and also white's king is compromised now. When I play rook d8, the position will just fall apart. And this is even one more blunder for the good measure. Yeah, I got a shave. I got a shave. Funny that you noticed it. Well, I'm third place now. d4, d5, c4, knight f6. This is a weird move. So black has given up control of the center. But actually, this is a decent one. I don't think that this is a huge deal, really. So this is like a Grunfeld type of position. h3 has to be played because of bishop g4. Maybe I even lost one tempo. I had to, not even lost one tempo. I had to maybe play it just one move before. e6, castling. So I think it's all a theory. I don't know it, to be honest, but the opponent is playing fast. Knight e7. Maybe f5 is the idea. I don't get it. We have one more supporter. Thank you. I'll play a4. I like this move. This forces black to play a5. Because if black don't do it, I'll play a5 myself. Oh, wow. Black actually didn't play a5. I don't think that black can afford to lose, to give up this kind of, this much of space. c5 is threatened. But I'll react with d5, so... Or maybe I won't, because I'll not have enough control. I mean, maybe I won't even react in any way. I can play queen b3. I think queen b3 is nice. Maybe it's not. Queen is a little bit vulnerable on b3. But I like this move still, because now black can't play f5 even if they want in any kind of situation. Knight f6. Also, the bishop will not be able to be developed. Now I can use the fact that knight went away and play knight e5. Do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I think I have a really huge advantage here because, yeah, I just have so much space. Knight d7. Now I'll rotate my knight to c4. This square is a little bit better for knight than f3. Yeah, so I gained a little bit of space with this move. Queen c7 is planned. I don't think this is dangerous. I need some plan here, so I need to find some decent plan. Maybe I want to center my rooks. I don't maybe have to make a decision right now. Queen c7, yeah, is played. Maybe g3 now. Now bishop f4 is on the cards. Rook d8. I feel like this is a blunder. I have to think about it. Am I correct? I think I am. Knight b6 is winning, I think. That's a funny little move. Nice tactics. I think it's winning. Let's try it. You see, in this kind of position, there is always some tactics here, so it's not something special that I found this kind of move. The idea is after all the exchanges, I'll play bishop f4, and I'll just capture the queen, or I'll eat the rook. Yeah, I think this is just a lot of damage to black's position. Lots of damage. Black take, I take. Black maybe has to take on a1, just to have some material in return. But of course it's not enough. Also the pawn on c7 has to be eaten, and maybe it will not be this easy. Yeah, I'm sure black will take on a1. I don't see some other approaches. Maybe queen b8, and then after bishop f4 to take on a1. But then I'll just play rook takes a1, I think. I won't even take the queen. That's so funny, guys. Come on, this is so funny. That's what you get when... Oh, wow. Did I miss it? Rook d6. No, I was just so busy laughing that maybe I actually blundered myself. So what did I sacrifice? I sacrificed a minor piece right now. So if I play e5, or queen a3 also is possible. No, I think e5 is better. Oh, let's go. I don't have much time already. I was not too serious. Well, I think it's still the best decision. I did the best decision, I think. 6, 95. Oh no, I don't have time. I'll just eat. Screw it. Rook a8. Queen d7. Ah! Time trouble. Bishop f8 is so strong. Sorry guys, I'll not be commentating for some moments. I have to concentrate. Ouch. Yeah, that's a very good move. This was a little bit scary, but I think we got this after all. Yeah, that's it. I was a little bit scared, guys. A little bit scared. Mistake after mistake, you say? I'm not sure. I think I played well. Rook takes e1 was maybe a mistake. I'm not even sure about this. But then I did everything fine, I think. After all, my position was better all the time, so I think I still did a nice job. Oh, I think we already played against this opponent, yeah. And we played white. So one more try. Let's see if he learns something from the previous game. It's funny that I think maybe he thinks that his position was nice. Oh, he didn't play a6 this time, you see? But does this really change much? a5. a5 is worth, I think. So yeah, we'll play bishop c4. No, maybe, no, it's not worse. I'm just joking. You see, why I go for this position, I'll tell you. Because the bishop on g7 doesn't fit this pawn structure. So it looks on the e5 pawn. And my bishop on g5 is better. That's why. h6 is not a good move, because now he don't have knight c5 move. I think that's a waste. Of course he can play knight b6. Oh no, he can't even play knight b6, maybe. Maybe he can, but he'll have problems with the e5 pawn. Knight b6, yeah, is played, but bishop b3, bishop e6, bishop e6. And what if I take? Ah, that's a blunder. This can be real. This is black just won too much. Oh, and he blundered the knight, and he resigned, yeah, because he sees this. Guys, is this happening? Is this happening? Maybe we are even looking to win this tournament. I still won't take Berserk, guys. I'm just going for another achievement. Bishop d3. I'll just take. I don't want to think about how good of an idea this is. I'll just develop pieces. And that's it. That's all. p6, bishop b7, and then just play c5. I think that it's safe. h6 first. And then c5. Knight d2, you say? I can maybe play knight h5, to be honest with you. And I'll do it, I think. Knight h5, because I want the c7 square for my queen. I'll get it, and then my knight will go back. Oh, I even can exchange now, and I have a bishop instead of a knight. That's a good exchange. Queen c7 is possible. Maybe knight f6. No, I think queen c7 is better. How to play? You have to join the Chess Fight Night club and join the arena. Rook c1. So white is preparing for me to take on d4, but I won't. I'm not planning it. So I just play rook c8. Then I'll move the queen to b8, so that queen will not stand in the attacking line of my rook. And then I will consider exchange on d4 after just some moves. I think it's a little bit easier for me to play this than for white. I'm just developing and my pieces are in the good squares. Now I'll play knight f6. I'm fine with this exchange. I think d takes c5 is not working, because knight takes e4 after. No, I don't already have time to tell this. So yeah, now there is a queen h7 check threat. I don't think that this is really scary, to be honest. But maybe I can just play g6 and don't think about it. I even have to consider this when I can just not do it? And move the bishop to g7 and play h5 if I want to. Maybe I won't do it. Yeah, bishop g7. Oh, that's a nice position. So now maybe I am at some point threatening to take on f3, then take on d4. White will have to count it just all the way ahead. Maybe I can take on d4 even without changing. You see, my bishop will be a little bit better than white's, because white's bishop is just looking at the pawns. And my white-squared bishop will do a nice job. Bishop b3. I want to exchange on d4, I just need to find a good redaction. Somehow I think that queen e7 is a move. I just want to do it, I don't know why. This is just a good square, that's it. No, now I can really take on d4. Rook d1, so now I can't. So, c takes d4, knight takes d4, No, that will not be a good exchange. So, I can maybe prepare for it. Play rook c7, for example. I don't have an advantage, that's the problem. So I'm trying to think of some advantage from nowhere. I'll still play rook c7, I think. Oh, I missed d5 move. d5 is strong. Oh no, it's not. I'm lucky. c4. I have the c4 move. Not only not strong, but it's also a blunder. I'll take bishop takes d5 and have an extra pawn. Or maybe I miss some tactics. White can play d takes e6 and I'll have to count a lot. Because I can't really take on d1, because bishop takes d1 will be played. That's a difficult tactics. Тоже take on f, так. King takes f7. I think it's still working, but I'm not really sure. Oh my god, come on, no. I don't want to count, please. Oh, actually, it's not working. Wow, I blundered, guys. I can lose it. I can't take the bishop. This will be a mistake. Now my position is worse for the first time for today. And I don't have time as well. This was a huge blunder from me. This is such a bad situation to be in. Oh, come on, this hurts so much. Oh, I blundered the rook and he didn't take it. Come on, I have a chance. I have a chance. Let's not miss it, please. I don't have time to think. He'll take on g6, but that's fine. I have a counterplay. I have my counter chances. I still can do it. The pawn on c3 is attacked, and I can play b5. Oh no, where to go? At least it's an endgame, and I'm kind of specialist in this one. I hope this will help me, and I hope I won't be playing bad. f4 is a very bad move for me. If he plays f4, I'm just screwed. I'll maybe have to play rook d2. a3 plays. Bishop e5 now. Now bishop d6. At least I'll have some space now. Oh, and he blundered the rook. That's a gift. No, I'm so lucky today, somehow. Now I was lucky in this one. But I'll say you that the end game wasn't really this obvious. After he took on g6, the position was not easy to convert for white. I maybe think that maybe it wasn't even won, to be honest. When I played bishop e5, maybe I had the rook d2 move that was even better. But yeah, after all, I just got lucky, and that's it. Yeah, this guy still has the second place ahead of me. No, it's the last game. I don't even think I have time to finish it. Oh, it's a Slav exchange. I'm kind of specialist in this opening. Well, I was, at least. You see, I'm not castling because I'm waiting for him to take on g3. So that my rook will be active. And after queen e7, I have the bishop h4 move. This is what I just found out myself, this resource. And now I'm going back. And you see, I gained 2 tempos of this. And now 95. Now I have a very decent development advantage. Queen c7 is played. Maybe I can think of f4 even. Yeah, I'll play f4. Why not? Well, now I think the situation is on the king side is just desperate for black. Bishop d7. What about bishop h4? Now the knight is screwed. Black has to play maybe bishop e7, but does it really help? Knight e8 is played. And what if I just play queen d3? Is there a defense? Oh, the defense will be f5. I see. f5, you say. Interesting. Well, f5, of course, is not like a big deal because I'll play g4, but still. I think I'll play a3 first. Because I don't want, when I play queen d3, I don't want black's knight to be on b4. f5 is still played. And now I can play g4. Let's go. Because you see, if black give me opportunity to take on f5, the pawn on d5 will be just completely screwed. But if... Well, now I have to think. That's an important moment. I think f takes e5 is better. I want the f file to be open. Yeah, g6, yeah. So black don't let me do it. But... must be some text here. It just must be. I'll take first. Then play maybe queen h5. And now knight... Oh no, knight takes d5 is not working. What I was thinking. Bishop g5 maybe is working though. Yeah, that's just this simple. Do I look like Toby Maguire? Yeah, many people say me this, to be honest. Oh, I'm third place. You see, guys, I'm third place, but I got my achievement. I won every single game. That's for you. Are you happy? I'm happy. I also had some funny games as well. Some games that you can find something out from. I think my shows tells that I was maybe I am still. Thank you guys for watching. I had fun. I hope you had fun too. See you next Monday. We'll have girls be playing, so we'll have 100 more viewers. And yeah, I'll just be chilling, not like trying hard like today. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. See you next time.